Imagine this. Floating somewhere in the universe's most lethal forbidden zone are planet-sized treasures so valuable that even beings who can shatter galaxies are utterly helpless before them. I'm talking about cosmic prizes that have ignited wars that wiped out thousands of immortal kings. Warriors who are basically eternal unless you manage to kill them. And imagine this further. Right now, in this very moment, one of those colossal prizes is about to crash down and trigger the biggest, most blood-soaked massacre the 7th battlefield has ever seen. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Anime Time HQ, where we plunge into the deepest, darkest lore of the Cultivation universe. In Swallowed Star's infamous Star Tower arc, we're dissecting the terrifying truth behind the sealed stars. Those mysterious, heavy treasures that have become a deadly legend throughout the cosmos. We're going to explore what makes them so valuable that 100,000 warriors are marching to their death for a single chance. Why universe masters cannot simply take them. And how the Star Tower itself becomes a systematic death trap. Quick heads up, this breakdown is based on the novel, so expect a few differences from the Donghua adaptation, but the essence of the terror is the same. Before we jump in, you know the drill. Smash the like button, tell me in the comments if you're Team Luo Feng or Team Bug Queen, and if you haven't already, join the family and subscribe. We're on a journey to 1,000 subscribers, and every one of you helps us grow the HQ. Thanks, and without further ado, let's go. Let's hit the most crucial question first. What exactly are these sealed stars that drive immortal kings absolutely mad with desire? Picture this in your mind, fam. You're floating in the vast, cold darkness of Star Tower's interior. Suddenly, a massive sphere appears, roughly the size of a planet, spanning anywhere from 9,000 to an insane 90,000 kilometers in diameter. This colossal star-like object revolves slowly, a silent, unchanging monument to power that has spun there for trillions of years. The energy pouring off it is so terrifyingly potent that even a careless approach could be fatal to weaker warriors. These sealed stars weren't just found, they were forged by the legendary Zuo Shan Ke, the sitting mountain guest, one of the most powerful beings to ever exist. When he crafted the Star Tower, something miraculous and totally unexpected happened. This mysterious cosmic event transformed thousands of heavy treasure weapons he was crafting into the supremely special sealed stars we see now. The dual function, weapon and seal. Each sealed star has dual functions that make them virtually priceless. 1. Weapon of mass annihilation. They function as incredibly powerful ranged weapons. Imagine being able to hurl a planet-sized sphere that weighs more than a neutron star at your enemies. The sheer kinetic impact is beyond measuring. We're talking about a raw, destructive force that can instantly obliterate pinnacle immortal kings. 2. The ultimate prison, but this is where it gets truly chilling. They also function as seal-type heavy treasures with unbelievable properties. Once an enemy is sealed inside a sealed star, they cannot break out through their own power. Period. The seal is so absolute that even if an immortal king managed to trap a Universe Venerable inside, a being an entire major realm above them, that Venerable would be completely unable to escape. They are stuck until someone from the outside releases them. Think about the implications. In the cultivation world, the difference between a loss and death is often the ability to regenerate, teleport, or flee to your god country. A sealed star removes all of those options. Once you're caught, you are finished. No escape, no second chances, no burning your divine body to break free. You are sealed, forever. The tower's unbreakable guard. Now here's the maddening reality for the countless warriors seeking fortune in the tower. There are thousands upon thousands of sealed stars floating just out of reach in the void pathways. They are constantly visible, planet-sized treasures, tantalizingly close, yet impossibly far away. King Heavy Arrow, Luo Feng's enslaved subordinate who spent millennia in the tower, described the heartbreaking truth. He might see one once every year or two on a good run, or go 1,000 years between sightings on a bad one. But seeing them was all he could do because attempting to take one meant certain death. The Star Tower itself protects these treasures with formless barriers of unimaginable power. These aren't physical walls, no. These are fundamental spatial restrictions. Reality warping protections built into the tower's very essence. King Heavy Arrow has seen this tragedy play out countless times. Powerful immortal kings, consumed by greed, fly down to grab a star, and every single time they die, their divine bodies ripped apart by unstoppable forces, their souls snuffed out. And here's the most devastating part. Even universe masters from the four pinnacle races, beings who can reshape galaxies with a thought, whose casual attacks can obliterate star systems, even they are helpless before Star Tower's protections. Unless a sealed star falls on its own through some mysterious process, it cannot be taken. The mightiest techniques, the combined armies of a race, none of it matters. So what happens when a sealed star actually falls? This is when the Star Tower transforms from a treasure house into a systematic slaughterhouse. Throughout the tower's history, whenever a star breaks free, the pattern is identical. 1. The test begins. First, the forbidden space guards, those mysterious puppet defenders, suddenly become incredibly active. They attack warriors with unusual frequency and intensity, testing them, forcing them to reveal their strength and weeding out the weak. This is exactly what Luo Feng and his allies experienced, confirming to everyone, a sealed star is about to fall. 2. The convergence. The tower doesn't drop the treasure randomly. It actively manipulates its internal spaces to funnel warriors together. The forbidden spaces shift and merge, pathways rearrange themselves, and suddenly, all travelers are heading toward a single convergence point. 3. The swarm. This creates a terrifying snowball effect. Luo Feng started alone, but by the 21st forbidden space, there were already 3 factions and nearly 30 warriors. This is just the start. Dozens become hundreds, and hundreds become thousands. Historical records show that the final gathering can reach 100,000 or even more Immortal Level Warriors, all fighting for one treasure. And the survival rate, absolutely abysmal. What makes this particular fall so dangerous is the sheer unprecedented number of truly powerful warriors gathering. Warriors have already identified at least 9 near-invincible Immortal King level beings present, including Bug Queen Nanchung, a terrifying force whose immortal bug army and enslaved Immortal Kings let her manifest power, approaching a true invincible Immortal King, virtually untouchable by normal means. King Black Tomb, a master of overwhelming individual force, wielding his blood tomb blade with brutal, devastating skill. King Seven Swords, humanity's hope, a disciple of a universe master from the Huge Axe Dojo, he wields 7 legendary sword treasures and techniques approaching Universe Venerable level, but this makes him a massive target for the automaton race who see him as an existential threat. This battle isn't just about the star anymore. It's about power balance, revenge, and settling old grudges. The automaton race wants to eliminate human geniuses. The bug clans want to expand their influence. It is a powder keg ready to blow. Now let me paint you a picture of the apocalyptic chaos that is about to erupt. Over 100,000 immortals are gathered at the final point. The automaton camp with over 3,000, the human camp with over 5,000, and bug queens with hidden armies. Every major power is represented. Below them, the sealed star is fighting the formless restrictions that have held it for millennia, slowly ascending, creating visible ripples in space. The tension is unbearable. Warriors are swallowing precious pills, coordinating with allies they know will likely betray them within minutes. Then, suddenly, the moment arrives. The sealed star breaks through the final barrier. Space explodes, energy distorts, and the star shoots upward like an arrow. Those 100,000 warriors explode into motion simultaneously. Every single one is moving at maximum speed, burning divine power recklessly. The instant someone grabs the star, everyone else attacks. Hundreds of techniques, soul attacks, material attacks, domain treasures, all launched at once. The destructive power unleashed in those first seconds is apocalyptic. Space itself tears under the strain. Warriors caught in the crossfire are obliterated instantly. This is why the survival rate is so low. Even if you don't go for the star, you can still be vaporized by a random attack you never saw coming. The fight will rage for hours, maybe days. Alliances will form and shatter. Betrayals will be rampant. Conservative estimates suggest at least 20,000 immortals will die. Hundreds of immortal kings will fall. Even one or two of those near-invincible beings might perish. But here's the part that might confuse you. Why is Luo Feng only a world master, two entire major realms below immortal, even participating in this death trap? The answer reveals the core of his character. Luo Feng knows true strength isn't just about cultivation level. It's about seizing opportunities, learning from the strongest, and surviving the impossible. By participating, he gains invaluable experience. He's watching Bug Queens coordinate slave armies, seeing invincible immortal kings use their trump cards, and observing universe master level techniques in action. Every second of this chaos is educational, showing him exactly what he needs to reach the pinnacle. Plus, Luo Feng has advantages that make him far more dangerous than his level suggests. His enslaved limit immortal king, King Heavy Arrow, provides incredible combat power. His resources, having spent over 100 billion mixed elements just to recover Heavy Arrow, exceed many ancient immortal kings. Most importantly, his hidden trump cards. King Heavy Arrow secretly possesses the ancient clock treasure. When merely a pinnacle immortal king wielded this, he killed 2 limit immortal kings. Imagine that defensive power in the hands of Heavy Arrow. Even invincible kings might find him too difficult to kill quickly. Luo Feng's strategy is calculated. He's not trying to grab the sealed star directly, that's suicide. He's positioning himself to scavenge treasures from the fallen, survive the initial case, and seize opportunities when the ultimate powers are too busy tearing each other apart to notice the World Master playing the long game. And that is the terrifying truth about star towers, sealed stars, planet-sized heavy treasures so valuable that over 100,000 Immortal Level Warriors are willingly marching into an inevitable massacre. We've covered how they function as both weapons and universe-sealing prisons, why star towers' fundamental protections make them impossible to steal, and how the tower systematically gathers its victims for an apocalyptic battle. What do you guys think will happen when the sealed star finally breaks free? Do you believe Luo Feng has any chance of surviving the chaos? Which of the 9 near-invincible beings do you think has the best chance? Bug Queen Nanchung with her overwhelming army, King Black Tomb with his brutal individual force, or King Seven Swords with his universe master backing? Drop your bomb. Predictions and theories in the comments below. I'd love to hear who you think will emerge victorious. That's all from me for this episode. If this deep dive into the Star Tower Sealed Stars helped you understand what makes this arc so deadly, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Anime Time HQ for more in-depth Donghua analysis, and ring that notification bell so you never miss when we cover the actual battle. Your support helps us smash that 1,000 subscriber goal and bring you more amazing content covering the best cultivation stories. Until next time, stay tuned for more incredible adventures from the Cultivation universe.